Good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to give you a 1-minute alert, and just enough time to remind you that if you have family and friends that could not attend but would like to watch the live stream, that is available. It's on our commencement website, a simple link that they could click to watch tonight's ceremony. And feel free to take out your silenced cell phones and text anyone that might want to take advantage of that. Also, keep in mind that QR codes around the room and the building tonight are your access point to the program, and we invite you to follow along in that digital version. We'll begin in 60 seconds. Good evening, everyone. Welcome tonight. We're delighted to welcome you. And on behalf of President Stevens and Interim Provost Hughes, I am delighted to see all of you graduates, family and friends, support communities, and we're delighted to begin here this evening. So let me begin by giving a few words of greeting to President Stevens, Interim Provost Hughes, our Board of Trustees members, graduates, family, friends, and faculty. Welcome to the Fresno Pacific University 2023 Graduate Hooding Ceremony. And you can clap for that. I want to take just a moment to honor those trustees, the Board of Trustees members who are with us. So those who are with us, please stand for just a moment so we can acknowledge you. All right, well, let's clap for them anyway, even if we can't see them. They're a significant reason why we're here, so we're grateful to them. My name is Ron Herms. I serve here at FPU as Dean of our School of Humanities, Religion, Social Science, and nobody wants to keep saying that, so we just call it HRSS. And tonight, we honor the 2023 MA candidates by placing an academic hood around their shoulders, marking the end of this stage of their academic journey, and we celebrate with them their achievement. Graduates, tonight marks the last time you will see each other in this educational setting, in a context just like this, so please enjoy these moments as we honor and celebrate one another. A master's degree is a post-baccalaureate or post-bachelor's degree consisting of a minimum of 30 graduate units. It has taken these individuals anywhere from a year to 2 years to 3 years to, well, you get the point, to complete their degree. Every faculty member here, every division chair, every dean, provost, and even our university president first walked across a stage similar to this, donned a gown similar to yours, and received a hood very much like the one you will receive tonight. Each graduate has completed coursework that led to a capstone project or exam where they were able to demonstrate their newly found academic prowess. They and their families have sacrificed for this moment, sacrifices of time, energy, and not an insignificant amount of finance to make this happen. We recognize and stand in awe of all that you have given up in order to make this happen here tonight. If we only knew all of your stories. So, some here may ask, what good is a master's degree? Perhaps the best way to describe the benefit of a master's degree is to say that the degree is constructed in such a way that students learn enough to ask better questions and acquire skills necessary to give better answers to the challenges presented in their fields of service. In short, they learn how to become disciplined problem solvers. They have learned to become methodical research practitioners, individuals who, when confronted with a problem in their practice, know scholarly ways to approach solving those problems. They know how to pose probing questions, how to conduct a literature review to see what others in their field think. They've learned precise research methodologies that assist them in formulating approaches to answer their questions, all with great intellectual humility in service to their field. They may not be able to leap over tall buildings in a single bound, but they can write a 10-page paper in a weekend, or shorter if necessary, with impeccable use of APA formatting. Candidates for master's degrees from FPU, we honor you and your achievement. Now for our invocation. I'm going to ask you all to stand, and gentlemen, would you remove your caps, and let's have a word of prayer. Creator God and Father of us all, we bow before you tonight in gratitude. Gratitude for the gift of curiosity, for the worlds of discovery and learning that have opened up before our graduates that stand here tonight. We are so grateful to you for their commitment to learn and to serve, to take the knowledge that they receive, the discoveries they make, and apply them in ways that see your peace, your shalom, come to fruition in our communities and in the world around us. So thank you for this moment of celebration. Thank you for all of the effort that gets honored here tonight and over this weekend as we celebrate our graduates. We pray that tonight will mark the beginning of the next stage of flourishing and good service that each of them have opportunity to do as you open doors before them. So we thank you for the celebration of tonight and this weekend, and we offer all that we have and all we are to you in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Let's be seated together. Next, I would like to introduce our interim provost and senior vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Sherry Hughes.
Good evening. I'm Sherry Lynn Hughes, interim provost and vice president for academic affairs. And on behalf of all of us at Fresno Pacific University, I want to welcome you to this hooding ceremony. This is the first, actually maybe the second, official event of commencement weekend. This weekend is meant to both celebrate your arrival at the destination of earning a degree and as a bon voyage as you start on your next journey using the knowledge, skills, and wisdom that you have gained. So I want to start with some thank yous. First, I hope that you will join me in thanking the Fresno Pacific University faculty. They are experts in their fields who have shared their knowledge and expertise, provided feedback to you so that you can improve your practice and enhance your understanding, and shared their guidance and insight to help you choose the next path. So will the FPU faculty stand and be recognized? Next, I want you to join me in thanking the FPU staff who work tirelessly both as first contact and behind the scenes to process grades, serve coffee, navigate financial aid, clean the facilities, secure internship placements, and generally point you in the right direction. So would all of you who are staff at Fresno Pacific University please stand and be recognized? And this includes those of you who are graduates. So finally, I want you to join me in thanking your family and friends. They have likely seen you at both your best, hey, look, I got an A on that paper, and your worst, meltdowns before an important presentation, or cold pizza for breakfast, again. They may have carried your load cleaning the house or making dinner, or may have done things alone that are best done together, like parent-teacher conferences or nights out with friends. So will all of you who are here as friends or family stand and be recognized? So just what is a hooding ceremony? I'm guessing that more than a few of you were a little disappointed when you went to the bookstore and you got this instead of this. We fondly, throughout history and cultures, we use attire to recognize significant events and important affiliations. You may fondly remember your Halloween costumes, and maybe not so fondly remember school uniforms if you had to wear them. If you are an athlete, you wear your uniform proudly. And if you're a fan, you make sure that you have plenty of swag. Go Nats, or in Fresno, go Grizzlies. All right. Attire also helps us identify the work that people do. Our campus safety officers wear blue uniforms and badges. Construction crews wear heavy boots and hard hats. Clergy may wear collars, stoles, or robes as they lead us in worship. So tonight, each of you will officially receive an academic hood in recognition that you have earned a master's degree from Fresno Pacific University. But you may have noticed that they all don't look alike, so I'm going to ask for a little audience participation to help me here. So would all the MBA graduates stand up? And Dr. Starcher in the faculty, will you stand up? So one of the things to notice about the hood is the color of the velvet. Drab, I'm not kidding, that's what it's called, is for business. So even though the hoods are for different degrees, you all earning master's degrees and Dr. Starcher having a PhD, the common discipline is reflected in the drab velvet. You could be seated. Next, can I ask our MSN students to stand and Dr. Maggie Ruiz? Again, you can see a common color. This time, it's apricot for nursing. Thank you. But wait, you could sit. Sorry. You might be thinking that they're graduates from your school who have different colored hoods. Different disciplines, even if they are in the same school, will have different colored velvet on their hoods. In all, there will be 8 colors present tomorrow, including scarlet for divinity, sage for athletic training, apricot for nursing, white for ministry, biblical studies, theology, and Christian leadership, and light blue for a variety of degrees in education and psychology. But in addition to noticing the difference, I want you to notice the similarities. If you look on the inside of the hood, you'll see two colors of satin. And it's not a coincidence that they are blue and gold. The inside of the inside represents the university that awarded the degree, Fresno Pacific University. And so, just to get a sense of the difference, our Dean of Natural Sciences, Dr. Servant, earned her degree from Cornell University, whose colors are red and white. Our president, Dr. Stevens, earned his degree from Claremont Graduate University, whose colors are black and red. And I earned my degree from Georgia Tech, whose colors are white and gold. You receive these hoods tonight in recognition of earning the degrees that will be conferred tomorrow. But I hope that you will also see them as recognition that you are now members of a community. First, a worldwide community of disciplinary experts and scholars who share interests and methods of inquiry around the globe, the Velvet. And a community of FPU alumni, the Satin. So again, congratulations and welcome to this community. We look forward to seeing the great things that you will do with your new skills and knowledge, and we look forward to ongoing collaboration to advance knowledge and solve important problems. We are glad you are here. Oh, and if you are still disappointed that you got one of these instead of one of these, the bookstore will be open.
Thanks so much, Dr. Hughes. The teachers among us will appreciate the crowd participation and the tactile way that you talked us through that. It's my honor and privilege tonight to introduce to you our speaker, Dr. Steve Varvis. He's no stranger to Fresno Pacific University, and whether you as graduates realize it or not, his influence in your education includes having a significant hand in hiring faculty and approving curriculum in many of the programs featured here tonight. More than that, however, Dr. Varvis has served FPU for 38 years in a wide variety of roles. As business manager, as director of student enrollment, as provost and senior vice president, and as a distinguished professor in history, among other roles. In the classroom, he has modeled the ability to stay current with the evolving needs of his students and found ways to make the study of history and the skills of historiography accessible and exciting for students from a wide variety of backgrounds. On a personal note, when Steve hired me 9 years ago, I found in him a supervisor who was invested in my growth as a leader, who genuinely delighted in my moments of success. I have learned a great deal from him as a colleague. In just 96 hours or less, Professor Varvis will submit his final grades for spring and retire from full-time work at FPU. I can think of no more fitting way for him to bring this chapter of his service in God's kingdom to a close than to have him address the 2023 class of graduate students at Fresno Pacific. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Steve Varvis.
Well, congratulations to you graduates and families who've supported them over these years. I want to extend my personal congratulations to all of you. And thank you, President Stevens and Provost Hughes and Deans Herms, Servant, Gramenz and Bradford, and the organizing committee for asking me and giving me the honor of giving this address. I know that no one wants this talk to go on very long, so I'll get right to it. As Ron said, I've been teaching history for more than 40 years now, and so it's natural for me to pick up any topic with an historical anecdote or two. In fact, it's one of the hazards of the long experience and practice in a profession that I can hardly do anything else. So you have to indulge me as I tell you a story of the past. You and I are fortunate in this because the topic that I think has some significance for the evening, for you, what a master's degree means and represents, is right out of my field of specialization, medieval history. I know you're wondering, why would anyone specialize in medieval history? I've sometimes asked that myself. And by the time we're done, we'll see if there's anything to it. The term master's in master's degree does not refer to a master over servants or slaves, but to someone who has mastered a particular trade or craft or profession, and were therefore eligible to guide and train in that trade or craft practitioners working and learning at lower levels. They were masters of their crafts. The title comes from the language of guilds of particular crafts in medieval Europe and was adopted by the earliest universities, first in Italy and France, then more expansively throughout Europe in Spain, England, and Germany, as the earliest universities organized as guilds of scholars. We might think of guilds as something like unions, with some differences. The title of masters was among the first recognitions of academic achievement, of mastery of a field of knowledge, and in what became the forerunners of our modern universities. Fresno Pacific and your degree is a descendant of the medieval university. They didn't start in the ancient world or in somewhere else around the world, but in what we refer to as the Middle Ages, the medieval world, and in that world they developed institutionally as trade or craft guilds. The titles I read earlier, provosts, deans, are medieval titles. The dean was the head or leader of a group of priests and theologians. The provost ran things, tried to maintain the agreements and policies established by the masters, often had control of the purse strings, and therefore was not always liked. They were the ones with concrete authority. Presidents, then generally called chancellors, looked over the character of the early university, or what we would call mission, and tried to ensure some kind of order. And they were occasionally successful, not always. The costumes you graduates wear, and that we professors wear, are the descendants of medieval priestly gowns. To get into a university lecture, you had to wear a bachelor's robe. To teach, you had to wear a master's robe. And it is said, though I haven't taken the time to verify it, that the long pocket-like sleeve on the master's gowns, you can check that out now, was where the students dropped their tuition fees after the lecture. The masters of the guild of the university were simply a body of senior scholars in the guild of those who sought knowledge generally and in certain professions or disciplines. It might be okay to be a medieval historian. We have documents from the first era of the universities. The students campaigned for briefer periods between exams. There was too much to remember, and if there was only one exam at the end of the year, they had trouble. Shorter exams after a briefer period of time would facilitate learning, they said. And they advocated for other policies that would make life and learning a bit easier, lower tuition, for instance. The masters often thought that adding requirements and raising standards were what was needed. Better and larger classrooms, perhaps heat in them for the winter. Things have not changed much. We also have other documents from students and professors long ago in the 12th and 13th century when the university's formed. Students wrote letters like this. Family members, perhaps you'll recognize this, or you might recognize it from your bachelor's days. Dear Mom and Dad, well, here I am in Paris, and I'm working very, very hard. The professors seem to speak a foreign language, and the reading is very difficult, but I'm learning a lot. I work hard. You wouldn't believe how expensive it is here. I barely have enough money to pay for classes. I had to buy a robe to wear to classes. Food is really expensive. We hardly ever have fire to keep us warm. Can you send a little more money? That was just barely a paraphrase. The exact letters sound just like that. We have documents about professors. We know a bit about what they taught and how they struggled to distinguish themselves. We have records of debate couched in the language of medieval combat, as if the scholars were medieval knights in armor, holding lances, riding on horseback at each other. Academic and discussion in faculty meeting hasn't changed much either. The professors of the discipline called the arts dictominus, the art of writing and communication for all kinds of professions, they advertised the effectiveness of their training for people in business or government. They said something like this: you will learn how to win friends and customers. Explain persuasively how your products will meet their needs. They were the first university marketers. John of Salisbury, later the Bishop of Chartres, one of the earliest students in the 12th century, described how professors in the arts and theology, he said, each to make a name for himself coins his own special kind of error. Originality was prized, and novelty gained recognition then and now. A sense of humor about ourselves is probably healthy. Despite the human comedy we see, these same professors created some of the greatest intellectual and spiritual works of our history. Many are still read today, even by people not like me. Early university guilds grew out of monastic and cathedral schools. The schools had an elevated purpose in developing spiritual maturity and training priests to serve in leading worship, mass, in caring for souls and reconciling conflicts. These purposes show up in the early universities too. A few years ago, one of our professors who came from Colombia, Dr. Hugo Zorrilla, told me about the defense of his doctoral dissertation at the Pontifical University of Salamanca in Spain, an outgrowth of the first Spanish university founded in 1218. It has a distinguished history. In the early 1500s, the University of Salamanca defended and supported Bartolomeo de las Casas in his defense of the indigenous peoples of the Americas against the conquistadors. Professor Zorrilla described how he walked with his examiners, the masters of the craft of theology, across the central quad of the university, back and forth, explaining, debating, and defending his work and conclusions. He asked if I have heard of this before. Of course I had. What student of the Middle Ages wouldn't have heard of it? This was one of the ways in which medieval monks discussed theological and spiritual writings, the older teaching the younger and guiding their intellectual and spiritual development, or friends discussing recent readings as they walked across or around the monastery cloister. The practice was followed by women in their convents, as it was in the 20th century Salamanca. In the medieval university and thinking in general, intellectual development was part of spiritual development. Here's another inheritance we've gained from our medieval origins, as experienced by one of our professors of the last generation, which I was privileged to hear some 20 years ago in our cafeteria over lunch, just a few yards from here. As the early universities left the monasteries and cathedral schools, they adopted the organizational institution of the guilds, but they did not lose the central purpose, nor some of the practices of the earlier teachers. Townspeople were players in the game of the university too. They provided rooms and kitchens, taverns, sold the tools of the trade, paper, ink, books, or they rented the books since they were so expensive. Doesn't that sound familiar? And they complained to the masters of the university guild when the students skipped out without paying, brawled, or caroused late at night. At times, the university had to enforce student discipline, like forbidding the carrying of short swords under their robes to lectures. Being responsible for the lives and behaviors of hundreds of teenagers is not an easy task, as many of you in education know. I brought my son here to FPU about 15 years ago. I asked him how his first days in the dorms were. He said, "Dad, we played ultimate frisbee at midnight. College is great." But that is, of course, just the beginning. Those 18-year-olds, or 14 or 15 in the middle era, earn degrees. They mature, they become masters. My son received his bachelor's and master's both here from FPU and is now a licensed marriage and family therapist. This is where you are now. There is something to this master's thing. I can only say with my son, universities and their professors and students, even their administrators are great. And I've been grateful for his professors and told many of them in the past. Now, we've adapted the medieval university to our modern university. You are now a master not of a university, but of your field of endeavor or study, whether in education, business, or the sciences, humanities. Like the masters of old, you produced a masterpiece, your master's thesis or comprehensive exam. In the medieval guilds, final proficiency was shown by the production of a masterpiece. We associate this today primarily with a great work of art, but it doesn't mean a great work. Artists were members of the guilds in the city. The apprentices and journeymen worked under the directors of the masters of the craft of painting or sculpture, learning the craft until finally they might demonstrate their mastery of the craft by producing a master's quality painting or sculpture, the work by which the masters judged them to have mastered the craft and become masters of the craft themselves. This was their masterpiece, the piece of work to be judged. This is what you have done. You have mastered your disciplines by producing a masterpiece, whether in the form of a thesis, which you defended, like a medieval knight in combat or a monk walking in a monastery cloister, or a comprehensive exam, showing your mastery of your field of knowledge. You've learned the discipline of thinking deeply and coming to considered conclusions through the various academic methodologies of your field. Think about your thesis or a detailed paper you had to write. You had to raise a significant question or topic. You had to read everything available in your field that discussed that question or topic. You had to seek out data, develop a response to it. You had to analyze the data and come to meaningful conclusions and explain the implications of them. You had to use and defend your methodology and your conclusions. You might have had to develop an application to solve a significant problem. You had to explain the limitations of your study, what your results did not establish. That is mastery of your field. You know what is known of a particular topic, you develop that knowledge, and you recognize the limits of your work and knowledge. This is a sign of both learning and humility, and it approaches wisdom. You now have the responsibility to think and act like a master of your field of knowledge. You are a master in your guild, and the world needs you. Masters don't just share their opinions about anything and everything, as much as we might like to. They know that knowledge and wisdom doesn't work that way. It's gained methodically with awareness of its limits. As the writer of the letter of James in the New Testament says, echoing a deep strain through the whole of the Bible, wisdom develops out of humility. Humility, as medieval intellectual and spiritual guys consistently said, was the foundation for knowledge, for wisdom, and for love of one another. And this is the commandment, is it not? The great commandment? Love God, the source of wisdom and love, and your neighbor as ourselves. Let me point to one last medieval source for our present age. The medieval masters gave us our university tradition. We are dressed up in their world today, and we follow its intellectual traditions. You can extend that medieval heritage. You were one of the very few. About 7% of the total population of the U.S. holds master's degrees. In California, it's about 9%, but in Fresno County, it's only 4.6, just over half the California average. This is all according to the most recent data from the U.S. Census Bureau. You will note that I am aware of how to get reliable data. I did not go to Wikipedia or mistake Googling for knowledge. I presume you learned this in your field of study. The simple data seems to me to indicate a special responsibility for all of us here wearing these medieval academic gowns. If there's one quality that characterizes our contemporary culture and political discussion, it is the willingness of supposedly intelligent people to shout their opinions about anything and everything without understanding how knowledge is sought, attained, and refined to reveal depths of meaning. That assertion of opinions on the basis of supposed and untested information is one of the signs and causes of our deep and persistent polarization. You now have the knowledge and know a way to knowledge that rises above our now habitual verbal violence. You are masters of the guild of human knowledge in your particular field. You have attained the high level of our medieval ancestors. You have climbed up and back to the Middle Ages. You have learned what they've taught us through the methods they initially developed. Now, I have to say, it really is okay to be a medieval historian. You know that knowledge, let alone wisdom, doesn't come without humility, shown in the readiness, willingness, and self-discipline to test ourselves, to listen, hear, study, think, reason, and recognize our limits. As they taught us that humility is the way to knowledge, wisdom, and love for one another. May we all, as masters of knowledge, be practitioners and examples of the way of humility that leads to wisdom and love.
Thank you so much, Dr. Varvis. Wonderful reflection. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to hood our graduates. I'd like to invite Dr. Michelle Bradford, Interim Dean for the School of Business, to come to the podium and introduce her school and program directors. Dr. Bradford.
All right, the School of Business mission reads as follows. The School of Business at Fresno Pacific University develops students for leadership and service through excellence in Christian higher education. The undergraduate and graduate business and business-related programs promote continuous improvement and support the tenets of the FPU idea, a Christian-centered prophetic community of learners. In our school, we offer 2 graduate programs, 5 emphasis in our traditional undergraduate program, and 6 in our degree completion program. We are incredibly proud of all of our students, but we're very excited to honor our graduate students this evening. Now I would like to invite all of our graduates from the Strategic and Organizational Leadership Program to the stage, along with their program director, Dr. Susanna Dobrich-Weiss.
The Masters of Arts in Strategic and Organizational Leadership is designed to create leaders who can serve as change agents in organizations and communities. This action-oriented program is created for individuals passionate about solving organizational problems. If some of you would like to see some organizational problems solved, I think we have a few spots available for this fall. These students have learned about decision-making that was rooted in biblical worldview. They have successfully completed a year-long project. They identified a problem for an organization and conducted research in order to suggest practical recommendations. They became valuable consultants to nonprofit organizations, educational institutions, small businesses, county departments, emergency response organizations, online businesses, churches, and hospitals. They're capable of solving problems for organizations and finding creative solutions. These graduates are ready to transform the lives of individuals and the work of organizations and communities. It is my joy to introduce you to these graduates in Masters in Strategic and Organizational Leadership, who are prepared to influence and invigorate organizations around the world.
Wade French. Elbio Carballo. Surly Carballo. Amy Travis. Lysandra Vittorino. Jocelyn Castellanos. Leonard Abbott. Christina Coble. Daryl Watson. Marissa Jensen. Alyssa S. Montalongo. Raina Harris. Rachel Berry. Sean Neelan Lino. Elizabeth Hannah Lopez. Danette Barrios. Alexis Quevedo Villalobos. Nina L. Gomez. Gabrielle Collins. Karina Torres.
At this time, I would like to invite all graduates from Business Administration program to the stage. Our MBA program offers innovative, practitioner-based business education designed to develop leaders, sorry, I'm too short, to develop leaders okay, with the highest business competencies, strong ethical standards, and professional integrity. The curriculum focuses on the best practices as students build on their own foundational knowledge and benefit from faculty with practical experience. This program is locally focused and globally aware. I, along with the entire FPU family, am extremely proud of the MBA students getting hooded this evening. Not only did they persist during an incredibly uncertain time, they thrived by seizing the opportunity that the Lord put in front of their path to change the trajectory of their family's future for generations to come, and to positively impact their communities through their Christian value sets. I want to thank all of the graduates for valuing their education and taking on the responsibility of sharing their wisdom with everyone they come in contact with. All of you guys are such a blessing.
Elizabeth Garza. Laura L. Davis. Jessica Leone. Julia A. Heidman. Darren O. Person, Jr. Spencer W. Heimerdinger. Dominic T. Riquetta. Priscilla Pignon. Sana J. Brull. Lacey J. Norman. Eric Medina.
I want to give you a brief overview of the School of Humanities, Religion, and Social Science. Slight adjustment in your programs if you have those open. I would like to invite our graduates from the IMAP, the Individualized Master of Arts program, to come to the front now. HRSS is a school that has 4 different divisions: our Social Science division, our Humanities division, a Visual and Performing Arts division, as well as a Biblical and Religious Studies division. And we have a small number of graduate students who tailor a program, and I would like to invite Dr. Peter Smith, Program Director for IMAP, as we call it, to come forward and introduce the program.
Thank you, Dr. Herms. It's my privilege to be part of the IMAP program, the Individualized Master of Arts program. Some of you may not know, what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, IMAP often spans disciplines, or in some cases helps us to fill in some gaps where students maybe are looking to study in a particular area, but the university does not have a degree program in that area. And our graduate here tonight is a good example of that. He's graduating with a degree in music. We have a fantastic music faculty with the expertise to teach at the master's level, but we don't have a master's program in music. And so Michael and others have come along and said, I want to study with your faculty and gain the expertise, wisdom, and knowledge that's available. Can we do something? And we said, yes, we can do that through the individualized program, and you can go that way. So I'm not a musician, and I often don't teach in the individualized master's program, but I get to work with the faculty and the students to try to make sure that the program that they have set out for themselves, that the train track that they've laid out, that we stay on the rails and get the thing done from start to finish. And so it's my pleasure to congratulate our student and just honor him for his accomplishment. He stuck with it for many years to complete this, and I'm inspired by his dedication and perseverance. Thank you.
Michael Alfredo Soria.
Next, I would like to invite Dr. Gary Grumens, Dean of our School of Education, to the stage and to the podium to introduce the program directors for the next programs from the School of Education.
The School of Education at Fresno Pacific University is dedicated to educating the next generation of educational leaders, preparing them to serve students all throughout the Central Valley. Our 10 credential programs credential about 700 or 800 students per year, and our 7 Masters of Arts degree students prepare about 200 students. And you can see from the sea of blue in front of you is quite a large number, quite a large percentage of the students that are graduating tonight are from the School of Education. And we prepare those students to assume leadership roles in today's complex and ever-changing educational environment, which means that today tens, if not hundreds of thousands of children are influenced by the work of the students that have graduated from our school. Our programs strive not only to meet our educational and academic and accreditation requirements, but also to ignite a love for doing kingdom work, to seek justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly through the years of their service to our children throughout the valley. To live up to our mission, which we believe that education is indeed a calling to redemptive service. So with that, I would like to invite Dr. Mangela Joseph to come and introduce the graduates from our STEM and Masters of Arts degree in math education programs. Dr. Joseph.
I asked ChatGPT, since the Hollywood writers were on strike, to write a speech to honor someone today. And it began, "Congratulations on your coronation." Oh, ChatGPT. Nevertheless, in a way, we bestow honor and a title on you today, MA in Math Education. In our traditional regalia, with pomp and circumstance, we mark this day, a significant milestone in your academic journey. You earned your crown. Not everyone earns theirs. You worked hard, you sacrificed, you overcame, and you stuck with it. Congratulations, you and your families deserve our praise. Bravo. The MA in Math Education program, I have to say a little bit about the program, so bear with me here. The MA in Math Education program focuses on a humanized, student-centered approach to teaching mathematics. Our goal is to transform practicing teachers into innovative educators who embrace the shift from traditional instruction towards a more engaging and holistic learning experience. After all, mathematics is a deeply humanizing activity. It affords us an exploration of the mysteries of the universe, but it also allows us to think critically about the challenges and inequities that plague society. Our program empowers teachers to create classrooms that not only foster a love for mathematics, but also nurture critical thinking skills necessary to find solutions for the challenges of the modern day and tomorrow. Our graduates go on to become leaders in their schools and communities. Some partner with local community colleges to teach dual enrollment courses. Some become math teacher leaders and coaches. All of them will continue to spark one mathematician problem solver at a time. Your hooding is just the beginning, and I cannot wait to see where this will take you. Congratulations and God bless you.
Kate Hamilton. Michelle L. Cruz.
Okay. So, the next group of students to be coronated are those students from our Administrative Services program. I would like to invite Dr. John Mendeborough and Doug Barch to the platform.
Good evening, graduates. First off, congratulations to all of you. I know the trip that you went down was tedious and consuming, but it's very rewarding to see all of you, and more importantly, to all the families that are here who went through that same process. So everything that you have learned, please do not put on a shelf and forget about it. Use it. You are the next leaders of tomorrow, and we are hopeful and very excited to see what you do. The students in the admin program are students who return to school after they've earned a teaching degree for the most part, or some type of other degree that allows them to work in a school setting. They come back to the school or to the School of Ed to get a master's degree to further their own knowledge base and look at something that is meaningful or something that is a issue within a school setting to make a difference for the students in which we serve. Many students who come back to the School of Ed, to the Administrative Service program, may already have earned a master's in another field, such as math or reading or literature, and they are simply getting an administrative credential to become a principal or director or some other type of position in administration within a school setting. Doug and I have that joy of working with those students to earn their credential. The students once then decide to earn either additional master's or a master's degree in administration, continue on with us and earn that MA. The students that you see up here have worked really hard and diligently on a focus that will better improve student growth, and they are going to put that into practice when they become the instructional leaders of tomorrow. So congratulations to the students who are here this evening, and again, congratulations to everyone who have earned an MA.
Noel Mendoza Treyes. Harry Maroking.
Next, I would like to invite all the graduates from the Applied Behavior Analysis Program to the stage, along with their program director, Dr. Argero Laverius.
The Applied Behavior Analysis Program is a very unique and specialized program that concentrates on teaching our future behavior analysts to not only analyze and look at behavioral problems, but to assure that they will address their needs and do this in a way that comes with compassionate care as future behavioral clinicians. I'm proud to announce that these students have gone through the rigors of the program, associating it with their coursework and also their supervision model. The best thing about their path is that they will be better at improving the lives of those who are struggling with behavioral problems, but most importantly, do this in a way that comes with great social change. I'm proud to announce that these graduate students will be those future leaders and clinicians as they seek to that type of path as expert behavior analyst.
Kyle M. Davis. Annabelle Joaquin Ramirez.
Next, I would like to invite all the graduates from the school psychology, school counseling, and dual school psychology and school counseling program to the stage, along with program director, Dr. Eileen Willen.
First of all, I'd like to tell you how glad I am to be here, and inviting all of these wonderful people before you is just a pleasure. The Pupil Personnel Services Division includes 4 master's degrees. You just saw the Applied Behavior Analysis one. The next 3 are all lining up to come forward. We have school counseling, we have school psychology, and we have what we lovingly refer to as the dual program. Dual program is a degree in tenacity. It's a 3-year program, 92 units long, requires a full year of internship at the end, and ends with a student being credentialed in both school counseling and school psychology. Since I think they're all going to line up at once, I'll just speak one time rather than between the groups. School psychology is a 3-year program, and it allows a student to become a credentialed school psychologist. School psychology is a discipline that's much like a detective. You get to figure out why, what's going on, what is interfering with this child's ability to benefit from the education. How can we help? What are the processes by which we investigate, report, and share that with parents, teachers, and school administrators? School counselors are those people who come and share with the students how we solve those problems to go from being a student to going to college, to pursuing their career. They become a confidant, they become an advisor, they become that person that helps us all to overcome what it is that's interfered with school being successful for them. Each one of the 3 degrees that we offer the students that are coming up here, and I'm really hoping that you all will be really excited to see all of these people by the time this is done. Other than I would say that they're not all here. About a third of them live too far away to actually make it, so it's a shorter group. But I am very proud of them. We are a group of people who look at how we are agents of change, how we take that God spirit that we've learned and we carry it into our community. On that note, I will start giving out hoods.
Janelli Serda. Joanna Valencia. Christina Romero. Juliana Olvera. Sydney S. Quintero. Mariel Cruz Sendejas. Rosalia Govea. Hilda D. Osorio. Thomas Luna. Allison T. Hiyama. Ebony R. Torres. Sandra Cerna. Stephanie S. Camacho. Vanessa Perez. Annette Medrano. Jorge L. Pineda Maldonado. Daisy Fuentes Aranda. Carol Pham. Viviana C. Guerrero. Karina A. Colomer. Serena Rodriguez. Vanessa De Luna. Cassandra R. Arias. Jasmine Landeros. Elena Alcantara. Gabriela Ceballos. Sergio Aparicio. Michelle Mejia Gallardo. Carmen E. Murillo. Annabelle Cisneros. Cecily J. Olson. Kendra Moreno. Carolina Sevilla Enriquez. Lisette Campos. Sandra N. Ramirez Chavez. Lady M. Sanchez Sandoval. Gurpreet Sanaya Kaur. Marissa Caballero. Cynthia Silva. Karina A. Herrera Smith. Jennifer A. Kirkman. Riley J. Morrison. Jasmine C. Alba. Alexis Gonzalez. Christina Pearsall. Janet Sevilla. Jennifer Esquivel. Jasmine Araujo. Crystal Lee Clevenger. Jennifer Evangelina Contreras. Juana Cruz. Kimberly Ramirez. Arcely Duran. Andrea B. Gamboa Ibarra. Daisy E. Contreras. Amanda Zavala. Bailey L. Talbot. Kelsey Severson. Holly Bryan. Araceli Orozco. Tyler Anglem. Josue I. Zavala Gomez. Thomas M. Benducci. Calvin G. Branson. Mitzi G. Santos. Mark Workman. Ryan Pearson. Fabiola Vega. Jasmine Clark. Felicia N. Medeiros. Tanya F. Jennings Whittington. Angelica Navarrete Perez. Samantha Martinez. Preston Ma. Melissa Cruz Morales. Justina Baza. Kat Garcia. Marissa A. Casillas. Megan Richards. Alicia Garcia. Samantha T. Floraltas. Adelaida Esquivel. Anna Munoz. Brianna Pearson.
Our next group isn't quite that large. Next, I would like to invite all the graduates to the stage. Again? Okay, can you hear me now? Did you hear me say our next group isn't quite that large? Is that good news? Okay. Next, I would like to invite all the graduates from the Reading and Language Arts program to the stage, along with Heather Rudowitz. Thank you.
Good evening. The Masters of Arts in Reading and Language is embodied by the belief that language, literacy, and culture are foundational to every aspect of an individual's well-lived life. With this in mind, teachers are critical in developing the literate lives of the students they teach. At the core of this program is our commitment to supporting teachers in becoming literacy experts, classroom scholars, and leaders in their field. This program has experienced a joyous revival in the past few years, due in part to these teachers' commitment, but also from our local district partners who have valiantly supported our joint effort. The graduates walking this stage are mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, professionals, scholars, advocates, and have demonstrated their commitment to their students, to their work as teacher researchers, and to the field of literacy. They are change makers, and they believe in the endless possibilities within their own classrooms. the power to spark curiosity and change lives through the pages of a book. As they cross the stage tonight, please take a moment to reflect on the value even one knowledgeable, passionate teacher can play in a student's life. This evening, I have the honor to present not one, but 24. Congratulations.
Gabriela Medina Diaz. Deidre L. Brooks. Melissa N. Boyles. Stacy Compton. Juve Vargas Osorio. Pat Tien. Jenna L. Clark. Nancy S. Chansambat. Deidre A. Babcock. Cassandra Human. Christine Lind. Brittany L. Kell. Michelle Hardy. Patricia Arzola. Xavier Magana. Kelly Stover. Brittany Daniel. Tabitha Johnson. Alex J. Volkov. Anne Yang. Valerie Reyes. Cassandra M. Schuler.
Okay, next, I'd like to invite the graduates from the School Library and Information Technology program to the stage.
Katrina Schaefer.
Next, I would like to invite all the graduates from the Special Education program to the stage, along with Division Chair, Dr. Megan Cheney.
Good evening, and thank you, Dr. Grumens. As the Division Chair and Master of Arts degree in Special Education Program Director, it is my honor to recognize our graduates this evening. Each graduate has completed an Education Specialist credential in the areas of mild to moderate disabilities, moderate to severe disabilities, or early childhood special education, along with their capstone coursework and thesis process. In the capstone coursework and thesis process, graduates extended and deepened their knowledge of individuals with disabilities and their capacity to serve these individuals and communities. This advanced study will undoubtedly lead to a positive change in the lives of individuals in our communities. Our graduates serve as scholars, leaders, peacemakers, and professionals with their mission-driven approach to service and exploration of teaching as a call to redemptive service. The Division of Special Education commends each graduate's commitment to professional growth, resilience, and ability to create positive change within their educational communities. Congratulations on this accomplishment, and may God bless your future work.
Colton Velasquez. Christina M. Servine. Vladimir Sanchez. Walter E. Oliver.
We've made it to our final program for the School of Education. I would like now to invite all the graduates of the Master of Arts in Teaching program to the stage, along with Program Director, Dr. Michelle McConnell.
As the graduate students are lining up, I'd also like to invite Dr. Griffin up to the stage. Students who are in the MAT program are current K-12 teachers in classrooms from Washington State all the way down south to San Diego. After earning their preliminary teaching credential, they return to FPU and engage in a year-long action research project or a deep study of their practice and the needs of their students. They reflect on their calling to teaching and their identity as scholars, peacemakers, leaders, and professionals. This group of teachers exemplifies the mission and vision of the teacher education program at Fresno Pacific in their action research project and in their actions in the schools. They are honestly the first group of students I have worked with that have fully trusted me when I told them that they are smart, passionate, and that their voices could be used for the good of their entire communities. For example, the teachers in this group are taking their voices to school boards and making it into the local newspapers. They're moving into coaching positions at their districts. They're transitioning to positions at the state parks. They're joining curriculum committees at the district, sharing their research with district personnel to enact change, becoming grade level and PLC leads. And they love their students and communities. Thank you, families, for giving them the time, space, and support to complete their master's degree. Thank you, teacher education faculty, for preparing thoughtful, kind, reflective practitioners. It has been my joy and honor to both support and challenge these teachers on their journey.
Jeffrey Lusk. Rosalinda E. Mendoza. Melinda R. Horton. Laura J. Robinson. Madison F. Church. Samantha M. Diaz. Margarita Bellinger. Irma Ramirez. Allison Fry. Rebecca A. Stites. Amalia Deal. Ventura Moreno. Ashley K. Wakey. Maria Juanita Gonzalez Asageda. Ashton J. Nunez. Paola Santana Ramirez. Alicia Diaz. Madison Pierce. Sabrina Sandoval. Taylor N. Kruger. Angela J. Parrish. Abigail C. Taylor. Stacy A. Farmer. Cynthia L. Negrete. Mariela Valencia. Ashley Barba. Anna M. Rico. Anne Marie C. Fernandez. Christine N. Mashler. Alexis D. Vance. Jennifer Melbourne. Ashley K. BC. Selah Poitras. Roselle Ann Abad. Haley R. Wilcox. Brianna Banuelos. Alyssa K. Gargas. Stacy Dawn Day. Corey Johnson. Kayla Gregory. Amber Calendar. Crystal Ibanez. Gustavo Razo.
I'm pleased to announce that we are to our final school tonight. And so it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Tara Servent, Dean of our School of Natural Sciences, to the stage to introduce the Natural Science Program Directors.
Thank you, Dr. Herms. I am honored to serve as the Dean for the School of Natural Sciences, which is home to 4 academic departments. These include the Department of Life Sciences, Physical and Mathematical Sciences, the Department of Kinesiology, and the Department of Nursing. The school is also home to 20 resident faculty and over 30 adjunct faculty who teach over 460 students, including 119 graduate students in the departments of kinesiology and nursing. Over 79% of the graduate students in the natural sciences are female, and the majority of these students, or 77% of them, are from underrepresented minority groups in the sciences. This diverse group of students are hardworking, committed, and dedicated to their professions. We are excited to celebrate their achievements tonight. For our first department, will the graduates in the Department of Kinesiology please come forward along with their program director, Dr. Jim Ave.
Good evening. I'm the department chair and program director for the Masters of Arts in Kinesiology. One fun fact about our program is 100% online. This is the first time I've seen these students in person. So our program, as I said, is 100% online. Our program is designed for our students to improve their physical education teaching or their coaching skills. They are taught how to design and teach and assess standards-based physical education classes. In addition, it is our goal that these alumni are leaders in their schools or their places of employment. Please join me as we celebrate their accomplishment of completing their Masters of Arts in Kinesiology degree.
Landon R. Munster. Jordan Gutierrez Sanders. Stephen A. Huerta. Michael S. Record.
The Department of Nursing is a very important and special department from within our school, going from one area of the body in terms of kinesiology to now inside the body. This department plays a key role in increasing the capacity and the quality of health care in the San Joaquin Valley. The field of nursing is a helping profession committed to redemptive service as they care for others. Our nursing department has both undergraduate and graduate programs, and we are excited tonight to celebrate the nurses who have showed themselves approved in the graduate nurse practitioner program and are our providers. Would you please help me welcome the students in the Masters of Science of Nursing program and their program director, Dr. Maggie Ruiz, who is also our clinical placement faculty.
Good evening, and again, congratulations to all the graduates. It is an honor to be up here. I'm so proud of these nurses who are now becoming family nurse practitioners. A little bit of history of the FPU, Masters in Science and Nursing FNP program. We were accredited nationally in 2014. Later in 2021, the FNP program was approved by the California State Board of Registered Nursing. Today, we have approximately 54 students in the program who are now becoming our future nurse practitioners and providers in the community. This program not only allows them to complete 630 plus hours of clinical practice, but each of these students who are present tonight have completed their program requirements with not only proficiency and skill, but also compassion towards their patients. Again, I am honored and blessed to hood the family nurse practitioner graduates and know that they will provide great care to all the patients in our community.
Wilmer A. Palacios Gonzalez. Beljinder K. Sidhu. Rhiannon Kielmeyer. Dara Avila. Melissa Mendoza. Ray Cervantes. Ryan LaRoe. Adam Sanchez. Eduardo Ramon Vargas de Leon. Jan Blaze. Jacqueline Servan. Jennifer Torrey. Rihanna Handy. Yi Lee. Sandra Navarro Gonzalez. Melissa T. Thick. Amy Swiger. Juanita Toledo.
Guess what, everybody? We're done in terms of hooding our graduates. So I would like to have our graduates all stand, if we could. And would you turn around? And now let's give the loudest applause we can for all of our graduates here tonight. That's great. You all represent so much hard work, and we are in the presence of a whole new cohort of masters. And I appreciate how Dr. Varvis described your work, graduates, as masterpieces. Thank you for that, and thank you for what you will provide to our communities in the years ahead. I also want to just give a shout out to Dr. Melly Howard, who read all those names so flawlessly. It's now my pleasure to invite to the podium Ms. Ali Senna, the Director of Alumni Development, and she's coming to say a few words to the newest alumni, the class of 2023.
Good evening. Congratulations on the completion of your graduate program, and welcome to the Fresno Pacific Alumni Association. Many of you received your undergraduate degree from Fresno Pacific and so are already members of our Alumni Association, but others are just joining us, so welcome. As you graduate and leave your FPU campus, cohort, and classmates behind, we want you to stay involved and engaged as FPU alumni. There are a variety of ways for you to stay informed and connected to the university, from social media and emails to volunteering and mentoring. You will hear more about these opportunities in the coming weeks through the Alumni e-News and Pacific Magazine. So I encourage you, as you receive these, to read them. How many of you are wearing a medallion tonight? I just want to recognize you and thank you for being donors to the university. FPU thrives because of the generous and ongoing support from you and other alumni like you, so thank you. One last thing, as FPU alumni, you have a reputation to keep. Our graduates are known for consistently demonstrating wise and effective ethical leadership through their generous and compassionate service and professional excellence, embodying the kingdom of Christ on earth. I want to encourage each of you to model and be known for your core values and beliefs. May God bless each of you as you walk with Him into new possibilities in your life. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, Ali. And yes, welcome to the community of alums. We're delighted that you'll continue to walk the journey with us. Finally tonight, I would like to invite our president, Dr. Andre Stevens, to come forward to greet you and to lead us out in a word of closing prayer. Let's welcome Dr. Stevens.
Good evening and congratulations. They gave me 30 minutes, so bear with me. No, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. Thank you guys. You're still like in that laughing mood. So, hey, I just want to add my congratulations to the faculty, with the faculty and our staff, and applause to the staff that just put this on behind the scenes. Can we give them a hand as well? And I want to just say thank you for saying yes to FPU. We are better because you have been here. And I just want to say a couple things real quick, and then I'm going to pray us out. But as you move forward, I believe that many of you will do great things. But my prayer is that all of you will do good things, that all of you will do good things in your families, your churches, your workplaces, your neighborhoods. It was the French philosopher Simone Weil who said this: to be rooted is perhaps the most important and least recognized need of the human soul. To be rooted is perhaps the most important and least recognized need of the human soul. An apropos metaphor here in the Central Valley. So our prayer for you here is that you would leave this place, that you would remain rooted in your community, in your friendships, in your family, in kindness, in peace, in reconciliation, in love. And most of all, that you would be spiritually rooted in the true vine, that of Jesus Christ. And so again, on behalf of the entire FPU community, I offer my heartfelt congratulations for this significant milestone in your lives. I want to pray for you now, just a prayer of blessing. And so if you're able, just bow your heads with me, and I'm just going to read this Proverbs over you as a prayer of blessing for tonight. Here's what Proverbs wisdom literature in chapter 2 says. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. For he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. God bless you, and good night.